Call the regular board meeting to order. All board members are present except ex officio student board members Karkanis, Maurice, and Purba. Mr. Bulin, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss employment matters relating to particular persons and matters leading to the suspension of a particular person. Ms. Bleckinger, Dr. Spicer, all in favor? Motion carried unanimously. May I have a motion to return the regular board meeting to public session? Ms. Blackinger, Dr. Singh, all in favor? Motion carried unanimously. As we return to public session, all board members are present. Our board considered an appeal of a student discipline decision imposed by the superintendent during the immediately preceding executive session. The board, having fully considered all information relevant to the appeal, is prepared to vote on the student discipline matter before it. Does any member of the board wish to place a motion before us? Mr. Manna.
I move that the decision of the superintendent on the student discipline matter now before the board be affirmed.
Is there a second? Ms. Poulin. A motion has been duly made and seconded that the decision of the superintendent on the student discipline matter before the board be affirmed. All in favor? Motion carried unanimously, 9-0-0. Good evening and welcome to all in attendance. Please be advised that in the event of a fire emergency and an evacuation should be necessary, an alarm will sound. Please note all marked emergency exits and evacuate well away from the building. At this time, we request that everyone turn their cell phones and other electronic devices to silent. Thank you. Dr. Brown Hall, I turn it over to you for recognitions.
Thank you very much, Board President. Throughout the course of the school year, our school spotlights have highlighted leadership in action, environmental education, the diversity of our school community, and, as we saw last month, the benefits of a bike ride. Tonight, our final school spotlight of the year takes us to Forest Elementary for their annual Socks for Pops event and a look at the importance of giving back. To share more, please welcome Principal Extraordinaire of Forest Elementary, Principal Keith Wing, and Assistant Principal Kelly Georgia.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, School Board and Dr. Brown Hall, for having us. It's always really special when you're able to have an event where you're able to celebrate and have fun and at the same time do a wonderful thing for your community. And I think that's what our PTA Socks for Pop event recognizes. So I hope you enjoy the video. While I have my minute up here, I'd also like to say how humbled I am to be around such heroes that are in the crowd for Williamsville South today. So I really value them and appreciate it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
The Socks for Pops event is where students and families will bring a brand new pair of socks and we will donate them to the Western New York Foster Closet. And in exchange for their socks that they bring, they'll get a popsicle and they play on the playground with all their friends. Babe, you can put in anyone you want. A pair of socks, something they use every day, to give to somebody else. They give them and they're like, is this going to help somebody? And they get so excited about just giving something to somebody else. I think that brings them more joy than the actual popsicles.
I know that I'm making a difference and helping somebody.
It helps build empathy. That is one of the main character traits that it's important to make sure kids know.
How does it make you feel when you donate?
Good,
Why?
because it helps other people.
You can put your socks in this bin right over here. Oh, thank you. It's great just to see the families coming together, and most families don't just bring one pair of socks, they bring packages of socks, which is amazing. The PTA is in charge of making sure that the community and the school and the families are all working together. And so when we recognize a need, we can give back, and it's just a great experience overall. You want purple too? Look at that, I got another purple one. Thank you.
It's good because then we all having a little time together to hang out and help others who need it, no matter where you are, either if you're in a school, a museum, in the outdoors. You can really help someone out.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Forest Elementary, for everything you're doing. Finally, it is with great honor that I introduce these next individuals. As some in our community know, on Thursday, May 21st, during physical education class at Williamsville South, a student experienced a medical emergency and collapsed on the turf. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, Cruz Ramos, a sophomore and certified lifeguard, PE teachers Ryan Hayes and Travis Denman, and school nurse Sandy Pinella began emergency life-saving measures. This involved CPR and use of an AED machine until first responders arrived on the scene. During this time, Mr. Patrick Lester, the assistant principal and athletic director, was also on the phone with 911. Senior Daniel Gerzone, who is also a volunteer fireman and EMT, was returning to campus for practice. Seeing the situation, Dan grabbed his emergency response kit and immediately began to help as well. Tonight, I am proud to share that thanks to their combined efforts, Ian Tutunji, who suffered the medical emergency, is here with us tonight. Would Ian and his family please stand? While a simple thank you does not measure the magnitude of this moment, on behalf of the district, I want to thank you all for your courage and selflessness. Please join me in a show of appreciation and gratitude as we recognize Cruz, Dan, Mr. Hayes, Mr. Denman, Mrs. Pinella, and Mr. Lester for saving Ian's life. And we'd like to offer I keep pronouncing your name wrong, and I apologize, Tutunjis to the podium to say a few words if you'd like. And we want to also offer Williamsville South administration to the podium, along with Cruz, Dan, Ryan, Travis, Sandy also. Thank you very much.
I don't remember much of my cardiac arrest, but I know that Coach Denman, Mr. Hayes, Miss Pinella, Mr. Lester, Daniel, and Cruz saved my life. And I just want to say that I'm very thankful for them, and I'm happy to be here today.
That is awesome.
So remarkable, textbook, hospital-like, and unbelievable were just a few of the words used to describe the fast-acting, life-saving care provided by the heroes being honored tonight. Most sudden cardiac arrest victims don't have the outcome Ian did. And because of all of them and the AED that was available, our boy is here today. You saved his life. One of the doctors at Children's told us she wants her kids to attend Williamsville South High School. And I remember in this smiling and say, oh, you absolutely do. Ian is doing well. He's back at school. He's going to cardiac physical therapy. And once his AED, or not his AED, his ICD has healed for another month or so, he'll be back riding his bike with his friends, playing baseball and golfing this summer.
Awesome.
We are eternally grateful and looking forward to a lifetime of memories, adventures, and fun with our boy because of all of you. So from all of my family, thank you.
I'm looking for Principal Boardman.
I got elected to speak on behalf of the rest of them who were like, please don't make me speak. In education, we spend a lot of time training for things that we hope never happen. It is the moments that you fear as an educator, the phone call that you get, the radio call that happens. It is, one of those things that's very difficult to describe in the moment. But I will tell you that I would not want to work at any other place with any other people. I knew when I heard who was out there and who was helping that we were in good hands. And I'm so proud of all of these guys. I'm amazed at Ian, who was fighting to get back to school, I kept thinking in my head, boy, I would use this. Take a little bit more time off. But this is a remarkable story for everybody, and we're thankful that you all chose to recognize the people here who helped Ian in this terrible situation. To have the outcome that it did is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Boardman. I would now like to welcome Town of Amherst Supervisor Sean Lavin, who would also like to recognize the students and staff at Williamsville South High School. Please welcome our Town Supervisor.
Dr. Brownhall and the Williamsville Board. I'm happy to be in front of all of you today and not on the other side, so thank you very much for having me. May 21st kind of hit us pretty hard in the town of Amherst as well. We were tracking this in real time, and I had spoken with Ian's dad, and I was so overcome with emotion.
Yeah.
The passion, the care. So we just want to recognize on behalf of the town of Amherst all the incredible individuals who went above and beyond to make a difference, to save Ian, and we're blessed to have you in this town. So tonight we're recognizing those 6 individuals who sprang into action: Travis Denman, Ryan Hayes, Patrick Lester, Sandy Pinella, Danielle Garzone, and Cruz Ramos. These individuals responded swiftly during a medical emergency, remaining calm under pressure and working seamlessly as a team to provide life-saving care until first responders arrived. Their quick thinking, training, and selfless actions exemplified the very best of this town and community, and we are proud to recognize them for their extraordinary efforts. Thank you all. Thank you very much. So we have proclamations for all of you on behalf of myself and the town board. So Travis.
Cruz is right. Thank you very much, Supervisor Lavin. We will pause for a moment just to take pictures over here, and then we have a small token of our appreciation on behalf of the school district and the Board of Education also.
the first responders.
Board President, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you. It's going to be hard to top that, but are there any board acknowledgements this evening? No board acknowledgements. I don't blame anyone for that. Item number 4 is normally public expression. However, no one has signed up for public expression this evening. So we are now moving on to item 5A. We would like to recognize and congratulate the employees who have received tenure throughout this school year, as well as our student board members who are completing their 1 year of service. I will read their names, and after completing the list, we will take a brief recess, approximately 15 minutes, to celebrate this occasion. Please stand when your name is called. Our tenure recipients are Hannah Wasser. I know this name too, and I'm already saying it incorrectly, and I apologize in advance for anything that I get wrong. Hannah Osserwatham, Rose Berg, Erica Bradley, Krista Marie Busher, Alexa Carzo, Angelica Conway, Eliza Damstead, Abby DeTulio, Christy Falanchik, Denise Fleming, Ivana Gates, Sherry Gibson, Ashley Graffam, Teresa Guadinea, Julie Haley, Bridget Hayes, Haley Horvatis, Brianne Carverman, Sarah Karamanian, Samantha Petroni, Jamie Keller, Sarah Kelly, Shiri Kester, Susan Koch, Madison Kostick, Laura Lapointe, Gabriella Lower, Carrie Lawrence, Megan Luckman, Melissa Maley, Sabrina Mariano, Nicole Mayers, Thomas McCluskey, Catherine McDonald, Shane Menagan, Jennifer Michael, Leah O'Donnell, Casey O'Merritt, John O'Rourke III, Andrew Perino, Thomas Rychek, Jessica Reeker, Kristen Rizzo, Jana Sampson, Aaron Sisson, Juliana Sebastian, Christian Squalis, Bethany Stonish, Natalie Teal, Emily Terranioli, Laura Thuman, Matthew Tishy, Nina Orsu, Julie Vaccarella, Erica Wazek, Tracy Weiss, Jennifer Wolf, Samantha Zimmerman, and our student board members, Salil Kaharnas, Giselle Maurice, and Deepratan Purba. Congratulations.
Before we recess for a short reception, we want to also acknowledge as a district and a board, our board president who will be departing. And we want to just show our appreciation, Crystal, for the 6 years that you have served on this board, your years as president. We always talk about being in a continuous improvement mode, and you have definitely allowed us to do that as a district and me as a superintendent. Your attention to detail, your research, always doing what's in the best interest of kids to make our district better. We cannot thank you enough, and we so appreciate everything that you have done over these last 6 years. So we want to applaud you also. Thank you very much.
I have control, we will now recess for 15 reception. Thank you. it. At this time, we will reconvene the regular board meeting. And we are now on item 6A. So Dr. Brown Hall, I turn it over to you to introduce the Smart Schools Bond Act Review.
Me again. Okay, great. Well, luckily we have a very capable acting assistant superintendent of finance and management services who I'm going to turn it over to just to give a brief highlight, and then we'll go into the public hearing. So I'll turn it over to Dr. Chris McGinley.
Great. Thank you, Dr. Brown Hall, and thank you, board, again. At our last meeting, we presented the preliminary plan for the supplemental investment plan for around the Smart Schools Bond Act. As we mentioned last time, and we'll just get the presentation up here. Okay, the power's on, but it's not advancing. Is there a way to just...
You know what? Let me advance it. Or maybe not. Okay.
All right, so it's not me.
Oh, try the other one.
Well, I don't know. I can just go through it.
Yeah, if you want to just advance, yeah. So we don't have smart schools? No. Not so smart. This is why we need the investment.
That's why we need the investment, you said.
Segue.
There we go. So as mentioned prior, in 2016-17, almost 10 years ago, we applied and were awarded the Smart Schools Bond Act, and were allocated a little over $3 million to put towards enhancing our wireless and infrastructure across all 13 buildings. So now that we're 10 years later, we did come in under budget with that project, and we have some funding still remaining that we need to go through the hearing tonight and seek the approval through state ed to use the remaining surplus that we have. So tonight we'll just finish going through here. So the purpose again of it is, we're not expanding the scope, the footprint, or the instructional intent of the original project. It's really a continuation of it to support the reliability and performance of our previously deployed systems. So all work, like I mentioned, is going to occur in all the same buildings and really the locations that were originally approved. Go to the next. The next several slides just outlines the funding and where it will be directed towards. So this page here looks at our wireless access, $339,513. The next is network switches, $783,584. And the almost last page here is the support accessories, $33,812. On the next page, the scope here, the New York State requires the district to allocate Smart Schools funding to non-public schools within the district using a prescribed formula. So our required amount that we have to give to the non-public is $97,171. So in summary, this is a strategic reinvestment of our remaining Smart School funds, and it has no impact to our budget at all. So it ensures the continued performance and reliability and security of district-wide wireless and wired network infrastructure that was originally deployed over 10 years ago. Questions? I'll turn it over to Dr. Brown Hall.
Board members, are there any questions?
These will all be completed and installed before the next school year.
That is the plan. I can't predict the future if there's ever a hiccup or an interruption like in a supply chain if we order something that's not available, but the install will have really no impact on the classroom instruction.
And what was the total amount of units? I know it, but I just want the public to hear because it's amazing.
The total amount that were
Units, yeah.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Number of units.
Are you talking about the displays in the classroom?
Yes.
Dr. Board Member Bluckinger is talking about the displays.
I'm sorry.
Project.
Yeah. So that actually is a different project that we're working on. This one is infrastructure, which will actually ultimately support that project because of the wireless connectivity of all those displays. This project here will actually increase the wireless capacity here as we'll be achieving Wi-Fi 7 in the district.
Got it.
Number of displays, because that is a magnificent number that we'll be installing.
So we're going to have nearly 720 displays installed touchscreen displays installed this summer across our buildings.
That's incredible.
Great. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. McGinley.
I just,
Mr. Scalia.
sorry, the 97,000 for non-public schools. So that's essentially all like St. Greg's, places like that. That it's, and there's a percentage it's done on.
There's a formula,
Formula,
that
yeah.
is used to calculate their allotment.
Okay.
So they did receive funds from the previous 2016-17. They received their allotment, and because we had a remaining, they also have a remaining portion.
Obviously, it has to be used for that specific purpose.
There is a list that the state approves that can be purchased. Past practice from New York State, they have allowed them to purchase outside of our exact scope, but within the broader Smart Schools Act, there are very defined things that can be purchased.
So the teachers will get these boards. Will they get training in service on how to use the board? Because that, as a teacher, I know that's important.
Right. So there are training plans in place. The boards, though, it's outside of this particular project here with Smart Schools, but it is related.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Were there any other questions? We will now move on to the public hearing for the Smart Schools Plan that is open to the community members in attendance. So anyone wishing to address the board regarding the Smart School Plan only may approach the podium at this time. Okay, there is no one approaching the podium. So Dr. Brown Hall, I turn it back over to you for your superintendent's report.
Thank you. And I will go through items 7A, B, C, and D. Item 7A is our annual district energy report. So to provide a brief summary, and we again appreciate all the efforts of our facilities department, our assistant superintendent of finance and management services. And you will read in 7A that during the 25-26 school year, the district maintained all energy conservation measures and programs that were developed since the inception of this policy. The report provides an update on the district's energy consumption levels and expenditures for the current school year, 25-26. Energy costs continue to increase in the 25-26 school year. Natural gas consumption increased by 9.84% compared to the prior year, while associated costs increased 19.34%. Electricity consumption increased by 2.66%, while electricity expenditures rose by 23.09%. Looking ahead to the 26-27 school year, the district anticipates electricity consumption will remain relatively consistent with current levels. However, electricity costs may continue to rise. While it is the district's goal to minimize energy expenditures through ongoing conservation efforts, future utility costs remain largely dependent on market factors that are outside the district's control. And one thing in a recent meeting that Assistant Superintendent McGinley also brought up is that once we have our air conditioning projects, our elementary schools online with the air conditioning, we will likely see an increase in electricity consumption also. If you don't mind, I will move to item 7B, where we review the strategic plan and the DEI plan updates and highlights. I want to encourage our school community to please review these plans. It gives you an update, especially when you look at our strategic plan. We've done updates January 2024, June 2024, January and July 2025, January 2026, and now this most recent June 2026. In all of our areas, all of our goal areas for the strategic plan: communication, wellness, community and sustainability, teaching, learning and leadership, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. You will see also we began a rating process so that we can review what our goals were, what our goal activities were, and then how we're meeting that goal. And you'll see in each of our goal areas that I just mentioned, we have been rated proficient in each of those goal areas. Now, are there more things that we're looking to do as a district? We absolutely are. And we will explore those additional things when in September, we begin our strategic planning for our 2027 to 2032 strategic plan. So we're very proud of the work that we've accomplished as a district and in our individual schools. So I encourage you to read through the strategic plan updates and highlights to see all the great things that are taking place in our district in alignment with our strategic plan goals. As far as our DEI plan updates and highlights, this plan is another 5-year plan from 2023 to 2028. Our goal areas are creating a diversity, equity, and inclusion culture in the district and schools, diversity, equity, and inclusion in the curriculum,
raising and elevating student voice, family and community engagement, ensuring workforce diversity, and ongoing professional learning. And we know all of those areas in the realm of diversity, equity, and inclusion for a district as diverse as ours are very important. We are also pleased to announce that tomorrow we will be releasing our strategic plan and our DEI videos. And we will have our website, the videos will be linked on our website. We realized when we had our survey done last year by their evaluation that 79% of our community knew that we had these plans. They didn't know what was in the plans. So that's why our communications team, under the direction of Nick Filipowski, and Dave Morales, they worked very hard with our directors and our supervisors to develop these DEI and strategic plan videos so that our community members can simply watch the video and learn more about our plans and all of the great things that are taking place, because our plans are our guiding documents for the district. So that was item 7B. Item 7C, our wellness counseling program and plan for 25-26. So on an annual basis, the Wellness Council provides the superintendent and the board with a report that describes the current status of the district's wellness program and offers recommendations for future considerations. The Williamsville Central School District remains deeply committed to supporting the health, wellness, and overall well-being of every student, because we know that students thrive academically when they also feel safe, connected, supported, and valued. Research continues to demonstrate that the quality of a school's climate is one of the strongest predictors of its ability to promote student achievement. In the plan, you will see there are outlines of elementary, middle, and high school counseling programs, goals, and action steps. The Youth Wellness Committee annually reports on the 8 categories of developmental assets and highlights the work that has been done at the building level in these areas. The categories are divided into internal and external assets as described on page 19 of the plan. What's very interesting is that when you look at the plan, you can see that it also provides a youth wellness snapshot of each school in the district and the activities those schools are doing to reach their youth wellness goal. So that is item 7C. Now I'll go on to item 7D, which is the community update, and then I'll be done. Can you pull it up, Dave? And you'll probably have to click me through also because my clickers are not working. I appreciate it. That baby in the hallway is upset. Want more crumble cookie, I understand. So this is the community update for June 9th, 2026. First slide. So our facilities department and our acting assistant superintendent provided a very comprehensive update on our elementary air conditioning project. So we have 2 slides that I want to update our board and our community members on. So we continue to make progress on the elementary school AC project. Work will continue at both phase 1 and phase 2 schools over the summer. And if you needed a reminder of which schools are phase 1 and are phase 2, they are listed right there. Our project remains on schedule and work is ongoing on first and second shifts, as well as Saturdays, helping maintain the overall schedule. The most intensive phase of construction will take place this summer across all of our elementary school buildings. The project team will begin finishing touches on phase 1 HVAC and finishes installations while also starting phase 2. So this project, as you know, makes significant improvements to our elementary schools' heating and ventilation, including new boiler plants. So I know it is, the AC project, but it also has other residual benefits as part of the project. The project team remains focused on phase 1 startups and commissioning our new heating systems by September of this year, 2026, where air conditioning anticipated, underline and italicized for emphasis, anticipated to be commissioned and ready for use in the spring of 2027 in phase 1 buildings. So our video projects, and I just spoke about this, we've completed the strategic plan and diversity, equity, and inclusion plan, and those videos can be viewed on the district's website, and you can click on these links. The 2027-2032 strategic plan committee is being finalized and will begin work in the fall of 2026. If you go to our strategic plan website, you will see the timeline because we want to have a plan presented to the board and the community by April 2027 so that we can have it sit for a 30-day comment period. Those comments will go back to the Strategic Planning Committee to present a final version in June of 2027 for board approval and adoption for July 1, 2027 implementation. Our June Regents exams began today and they will continue until June 25th. Our exam schedule is available online. I know our high schools and middle schools have done a phenomenal job communicating with families what the exam schedule is. So we encourage you to make sure you're reading those communications so you know when your kids have exams. There are no exams scheduled for June 19th in observance of Juneteenth or June 22nd, which is a rating day. Our memory walks. This is one of the most exciting times of the year when our senior students get to return to their elementary schools with their caps and gowns on, and that will be on Wednesday, June 17th in the morning. Our elementary schools also invite back retired teachers so that those retired teachers can see the students that they're so happy and proud of walk the halls one last time in their cap and gowns. And it's so exciting. The elementary students get so excited. They cheer on the seniors because, you know, one day they'll be there also and the time flies. Recap videos and highlights will be available on the district's YouTube channel and shared on social media. Our graduation dates and times are set. Williamsville East is Friday, June 26th at 6 p.m. on the athletic field. Williamsville North is Saturday, June 27th at 10 a.m. on their athletic field. And Williamsville South is Saturday, June 27th at 6 p.m. on their main entrance and front lawn. Calendar information, please continue to check your email and Wix calendar events for all of the end of year updates and celebrations for your specific schools. Again, there's no school on Friday, June 19th in observance of Juneteenth. The last student day is Thursday, June 25th. The last teacher day and rating day is Friday, June 26th. The first day of school for the 26-27 school year is Tuesday, September 8th, and that will be here before we know it. Let's not rush it, indeed. Our summer school programming is listed here, and what we do is we make sure we list it for the last 3 months so that anyone that needs summer school for remediation or advancement knows exactly where their program is and what the dates are. So this will be available in the community update and on our district website. We want to again thank you to all the 2026 retirees. I know they've been mentioned throughout our board meetings throughout the year, so thank you to all our 2026 retirees. And we also want to thank our board president. Crystal was elected to the board in 2020. She served 2 terms as president. She was vice president in 23-24, parliamentarian in 2021 to 2022. And so we look for Crystal's continued involvement in our district as a member of our GIAC committee, as a member of our strategic planning committee, as a member of the committee and the board of the food pantry also. Anything else, Crystal? Maybe, and you're more than welcome. And so we definitely appreciate it. Next slide, we want to thank all of our student board members. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all as our first student board members representing your high schools. You all did a phenomenal job and you really elevated and added student voice to this board table and the decisions that we made. So Giselle, Salil, and DSP, thank you very much for your contributions. And we do have a token of appreciation for you all.
Okay.
You guys want to come up and do the picture now, and then you can hold your Crystal, please.
We need to get you
I'm just fat. Get out of the picture.
Congratulations. It is.
I try to stay out of this.
Those are cute.
All right, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
I think moms are trying to take pictures also. You can come up.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Dad's in there too.
I don't know.
This could be the last time I would have walked past this year.
Great looking group. Great looking group. Great looking. Great looking group.
Is it?
Absolutely. Don't give that to Martha.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Because I know.
Next slide, please, Dave. Everyone, please be sure to enjoy your summer break. So rest, relax, and let's gear up for a new school year. And that is the end of the community update. Thank you very much. I should ask for questions, right? Go ahead.
For air conditioning,
Mhm.
phase one, I know we had a planned operational date for those schools like mid-October. Is that still the case?
Well, that's what for the heating units, that will be the case. We want to have that for the fall. And we're anticipating the air conditioning when it needs to be used for the spring, for the phase one schools.
Ready to go.
We anticipate it will be ready to go. But anything can happen, right, Dr. McGinley?
Okay.
Were there any other board member questions or comments?
Just a comment for the community. I've said this to my board colleagues and to the superintendent, but when we're talking about the strategic plan working committees and the DEI committees and really anything else that we ask y'all to be a part of, it's so important for you all to participate in that process. You can see all the work that's being done. As Dr. Brownhall just indicated, we're always working to be better. And so your voice is just really important to that. And, to the DEI plans specifically, there's also building level DEI committees as well. So again, lots and lots of opportunity to get involved. We know from the survey that we sent to the community that not everybody loves meetings, and we get that too, but your voice really does make that difference. And you all tell us what it's like to be you. So please participate and volunteer as much as you're able.
Any other board member questions or comments on the superintendent's report? Hey, you didn't turn it back over to me. I just took over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Board President, I turn it back over to you.
Just took over without that. So we are now on item 8A, student board members. Would any of you like to provide your final report regarding activities and events at your high school? We'll start.
Yeah. As I've updated throughout the year, Student Council has been very active this year with plenty of events throughout the year. Our very last Student Council initiative is this Thursday, which is called Aloha Summer. 2:45 to 4:30, they're passing out yearbooks. We're going to have a DJ, hot dogs, ice cream truck, lawn games, and a pickleball tournament, which I know everyone is excited for. As well as this Friday is our senior day with games, a guest speaker, and we're ending the night with our senior prom and as well as the post-prom party. I want to thank the North PGSA for their long, hard work throughout the entire year for ensuring that all seniors leave post-prom with a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really hoping I get a mini fridge, so cross your fingers.
I love it.
Lastly, we had we had 25 athletes signed to do an NCAA sport last week. We had Kara Bainbridge, Aria Ketcherbone, Mary Kate Dolan, Omea Kalakar, Abigail Morphy, Jeremy Parisi, Cole Tangolder, Claire Van Sice, Amani Berry, Ethan Clark, Michael Gregoire, George Clentos, Addison Malone, Brooke Corantello, Lily Tierney, Lucille Wands, Demario Young, Allison Bazankin, Finn Cook, Gabby Hovack, Millie Kopchenko, Josh Newman, Brooke Sullivan, Matthew Bino, and AJ Weisenberg. Congratulations to all of our athletes and good luck in college. We also had a few that signed in the winter as well as in the fall. Our girls track and field team won Class AA team championships for the 4th time since 2021. They're on a roll. Congratulations to those girls. We also have 9 athletes from the track team advancing to states and 13 athletes that placed top in their events. And I want to say thank you to the board as well as North for allowing me to represent our amazing school on the board. It's been a great opportunity. I've learned so much about myself as well as another side of education. And I learned so much from all of you guys as well. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Leo.
So I just want to say it's been a great school year, and Stuco has done a lot of wonderful things throughout the year. Some of their newer initiatives that they did this year that they wanted me to shout out were they had holiday helpers throughout winter who helped put up gingerbread houses. That was an activity after school. Then they also attended a Western New York Student Leadership Conference at UB in March that really helped them give new ideas on how to improve student experience at East. Then they also had teacher appreciation cards throughout the year, and they came up with unique phrases for each teacher based on what students told them. And they also had a Take Your Child to Work Day this year, which is a new initiative brought popularity thanks to student recommendation. And then we also had our East Olympics for the first time ever. And based on the enthusiasm and intensity levels in the gym, I'm sure it'll return next year. As well as we had our time capsule from the year 2000 placed outside the main office, where students could see the sort of items that students at East would have in the year 2000. And teachers have already been asked to, place items for this year's time capsule so that in 25 years, students can see what life was like in 2025, 2026. And then as for some other updates, the boys tennis ECIC's championships as well as sectionals, they competed there. Second place was Pratik Sharma and Knox Venator, and third place was Slow Karkanis and Arjun Yadav. So congrats to them. They qualified for NISFSO State Championships at Flushing Meadows in New York City, which was this past weekend, and it was, from personally, I can say it was a great experience. Thankfully, Knicks fans didn't tear the city down by the time we got there. And then our final music concerts are happening this week, and that already happened. On June 2nd was the Spring Orchestra concert. June 4th was the Spring Band concert. And tonight is actually our Spring Choral concert. So all the music department and everyone who's been in that, this will be the final night. And they also do like senior slideshows for all the seniors who perform in any of those three departments. So congrats to all of them and all their hard efforts. On June 3rd, there's an after-school Eid celebration where they had like a Hina like fundraiser where students could like pay $5 to have like Hina sort of imprinted on their hands. So that was like a great opportunity for students after school. And tomorrow after school is the UNICEF Spike Ball tournament where they're raising money for a charity in Africa, I believe. So that'll be a fun experience with food and a prize for students tomorrow. And then Monday, we had our yearbook distribution where basically students, just saw the yearbook. And then there was also the seniors had their letters that they wrote to themselves in freshman year. And every senior was basically outside the main office just checking out what they wrote. And I heard a lot of like collective, oh my God, I can't believe I worried about this back when I was a freshman.
Right.
That sort of expression, because time just flies, And then finally, our class of 2026 senior prom is at the Wurlitzer this Friday from 6 to 10 p.m. And then the post-prom party will be at Buffalo Battlegrounds. And finally, throughout this week and last week, our ELA classes have been having their play performances. And this year, it was A Midsummer Night's Dream. And any student who had a free was invited to come and watch. And students have been preparing for about 2 or 3 weeks. Teachers love going outside to help students rehearse their lines. And it's just been a sort of great atmosphere throughout the school, watching everyone sort of collaborate and just work on like a collective effort. So that's been all for this year. And I just want to thank the board once again for giving me this amazing opportunity to really just talk about East and just uplift all my fellow classmates and describe everything that goes on. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Salio. And DSP.
Thank you. I'll head straight into my report with the athletic update. 3 athletes are Section 6 Class B champions and advanced to the state meet this weekend for track and field. First one is Thomas Gervasi for pole vault, and then Amari West for the 100-meter dash. Then Evan Zankel for the 200-meter dash. Then our spring team results for girls lacrosse. They made it to Conference 2 championship, and they were sectional finalists. And then for flag football, they were second in Class B and sectional finalists. Then for softball and baseball, they were third in ECIC 2, which is Class A1. Then boys lacrosse, they made it to sectional semifinalist. Moving on to our music. They completed a series of successful spring concerts, and then our art team, they released their WISP magazine, which consists of student literature and art, which launched yesterday, and they're selling the copies for just $1. We also had our award and recognition ceremony. where departmental awards and college scholarships were presented to outstanding students. Finally, upcoming senior events. We have our field day next Monday, and then senior prom and post prom is on June 25th. Prom will be held at the Admiral Room, and the post prom will be follow at Buffalo Battlegrounds, just like East. Then a classroom spotlight. Shout out to Miss English, who brought and distributed ice pops to her class during the recent hot weather to keep students comfortable and focused. And that would wrap up my report. Thank you. Thank you for this term. It's been a tremendous experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jan.
Thank you, DSP, and thank you all who. Okay, we are moving on to item 8B. All board members participated in our annual superintendent evaluation process using the SuperEval platform and met with Dr. Brown Hall to conduct this evaluation in executive session on Tuesday, May 26, 2026. Dr. Brown Hall earned an overall highly effective rating. Further information is available in board docs. Are there any board comments on this? Okay. Item 8C. I want to thank board members Manna, Bleckinger, Poulin, Singh, and Fletch for each agreeing to monitor a board goal this year. In August, we established our annual board goals to provide direction, align resources, ensure accountability for student achievement, and demonstrate continuous improvement. Then in January, we provided a mid-year update. Just some year-end board highlights. We facilitated two-way communication by having board members serve as PTS liaisons and by hosting 2 community forums, 2 conversations with staff events, and a student forum at all 3 of our high schools. We also ensured student wellness aligned updates to the 2026-27 Code of Conduct. We were chosen as a district as a 2025-2026 New York State Green Ribbon School honoree this year. Our board continues to monitor discipline, attendance, and class size reports. And we received a report on the district's use of generative AI and progress updates on homework and grading, the special education strategic plan, and the strategic plan and DEI plan that we just heard the end year results tonight. And last but not least, we ensured the successful onboarding of our 3 student board members who have been a wonderful and welcome addition to our board meetings. We truly did value your voice here at our meetings, so thank you once again. Now, item 8D. Our Board Compensation Advisory Committee met virtually on June 2nd. Board Member Manner of Spicer, is there anything to report from that meeting?
I'll start. Just going to say we're going to compile the committee's comments and then give a report at a future date. Does Dr. Spicer have anything to add?
Yep.
Okay. So it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, we're going to put together the final comments.
We just need, because the meeting just happened. We'd like some time to just pull together a report for the group.
Board Member Fletch had a family situation, so we wanted to make sure she was put up to speed.
Got it. Thank you very much for the update. Our policy committee meeting is on June 15th. Our board retreat will be held on June 23rd. Our graduation assignments are listed in board docs, and our remaining 25-26 building visits to Dodge, Transit, and District Office are on June 12th. Are there any board member comments or questions related to any of these events? Okay, we are now on 8E, liaison assignments, 8F, second review of the 2026-27 board meeting calendar, 8G, ECSB, and 8H, 8H, oh my goodness, NISBA items are all in board docs. Are there any comments on any of these items? Okay. Item 8I, we received correspondence from community members regarding 6 student pickup procedures, 811 classrooms, appeal of suspension, the district the district AP policy, and middle school recess. Now we're on item 9A. May I have a motion to resolve and approve that in accordance with section 1711 of the education law, the employment of Dr. Darren J. Brown Hall as the district superintendent of school be continued pursuant to the employment contract executed by Dr. Darren J. Brown Hall and annexed here to, which the president of this board is hereby authorized and directed to execute on behalf of the district as presented. Mr. Manis, second Mr. Biscaglia. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried unanimously. Now may I have a motion to approve agenda items 11 minutes, 12 personnel, 13 business and finance, 14 district facilities and support service, 15 exceptional education, special needs and student activities, 16 instruction curriculum as presented. Ms. Poulin, Ms. Bleckinger, is there any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried unanimously. Congratulations and welcome to the newly appointed Assistant Director of Student Information Systems and Data Reporting, Kelsey Kiblin, Maple West Elementary School Assistant Principal, Monique Jackson-Smith, and Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Management Services, Megan Matuzek. If any of you would like to say a few words, you are welcome to step up to the podium. Did anyone want to say anything?
Hello, good evening. I would like to extend my gratitude to the Board of Education, Dr. Brown Hall, Mrs. Wendling, and the hiring committee for selecting me as the next assistant principal of Maple West Elementary. I'm very excited and very honored to be stepping into this role. And I'm looking forward to working in tandem with Mrs. Wendling to just ensure a smooth transition, but also the continued success of students. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you, Monique.
Thank you.
Hi,
I just
Kelsey.
wanted to take a moment to say thank you to the Board of Education and Dr. Brown Hall and the administrative team for this opportunity. I'm super excited to come on as an assistant director in student information systems and data reporting. And I'm very excited for all of the great things we're going to accomplish together. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Dana Floriano, the Executive Director of Human Resources. I'm here on behalf of Megan Matuzak, and I'm happy to share a prepared statement from her. Dear members of the Williamsville Central School District Board of Education and Leadership Team, I am truly honored and excited to be considered for board approval this evening to serve as Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Management Services for the Williamsville Central School District. I sincerely apologize for being unable to be there in person tonight. I'm currently in Saratoga attending the school business official workshop, which was previously arranged and paid for by my current district. I'm incredibly grateful for the trust and confidence you've placed in me and for the kindness, support, and professionalism you have shown me throughout the hiring process. Every interaction has made me even more excited about the opportunity to join the Williamsville leadership team. Thank you again for this opportunity, and I look forward to serving the students, staff, families, and community of Williamsville with great care and commitment.
Awesome.
Are we doing pics? We're going to take some pictures.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah, please.
Okay, we'd now like to thank the following retirees for their service to the district. Robin McCourt, laborer, East High School with 36 years of service.
Wow.
Rob Lee Evans, head custodian, Country Parkway Elementary School with 14 years of service. And Gail Vaughn, teacher of the visually impaired, traveling district-wide, 26 years of service.
Wow.
Congratulations and thank you to our retirees. We are now on item 17A. May I have a motion for the first reading review of policy 7224, virtual instruction as presented? Mr. Bullen, Ms. Fletch, is there any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried unanimously. May I have a motion for the second reading review and adoption of policy 7224 at the July 1st meeting? Dr. Spicer, Ms. Bleckinger, any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried unanimously. Policy 1330 is in board docs for review to ensure that all necessary designations and appointments are current and aligned with the district's needs. Do any board members see any discrepancies or have any comments regarding these appointments that will be approved at the July organizational meeting? Seeing none, we will move on. The 2026-2027 draft code of conduct is in board docs, and feedback can be emailed to contact@williamsvillek12.org through Friday, June 26th. And then the approval and adoption will be at the July 1st meeting. We're now on item 18A. Does anyone have a topic to discuss under committee of the whole? Salil Karakanis.
So I just wanted to sort of discuss Youth Court, which is sort of a new process that we're trying to implement next year within the Williamsville district. So originally, the idea was brought to me by a couple of students who went to an Albany Youth Leadership Conference, and they heard like a presentation about Youth Court. And this happens in other districts too, such as Clarence, Orchard Park. So this isn't like anything new per se, but they told me about it, and we had a meeting with Dr. Brown Hall, Mr. Scanzuzzo, and we talked about how it could be implemented into our schools. So what we know is that there's a certain law that prevents like minors under the age of 18 who from like any misdemeanors that they might commit. You can't necessarily put them through youth court for any like misdemeanors. So instead, after talking to principals, what we sort of realized was they thought this would be like a good experience for any students who have like repeated experiences who they can't seem to like, I guess, sort of suspensions won't work. They want to provide them another option of restorative justice through youth court. So the referrals that would come to youth court would be through the three principals, and they'd sort of give the students the options, and their parents would obviously have to agree with it too. They'd have to come to youth court. And what we've decided is next year, we'd want to initiate like a pilot program at Williamsville East High School. However, the jury of students will still be from the three schools. However, the court will only be at Williamsville East High School, and it will begin sort of in January. So the first couple of like months from the start of school, September to January, that'll be like the application process that will open up for students. Similar to SIAC, if you're familiar with how that works, it's like you have to apply, and once you're on it, you're on SAC for all 4 years high school, and it's in all, there's like, the meetings are all three schools come together. However, each school still has its own sort of SIAC club, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've really been discussing is how are we going to train these students and what sort of like cases will we handle. So like the cases that we'd handle would be obviously from principal referrals, and they thought it would be sort of cases regarding like vandalism or like forgery or like student athletic, like spectator, like issues, stuff like that. And I guess like punishment would be sort of community service hours that the district would sign off for these students. And after talking to Judge Klein, who used to run youth court back in the past in Williamsville, he said that it was really effective for certain students because he used to like make them tell their parents sort of, okay, they forced their parents to show up to the youth court meetings, sort of realize what's happening. And he said it was really effective because it's not adults telling the students you need to, change your behavior or do this. It's a group of students. It's your fellow peers who are sort of telling you, oh, this needs to sort of, you got to do something different. And the biggest, I guess, concern I know is definitely confidentiality. That's going to be a huge problem, or I don't want to say huge problem, but it's an issue. And there will definitely be confidentiality agreements that, school will have to draft up, but this will sort of be like a club starting next year. And this is sort of like the basics or the layout of how we're intending for it to work.
Thank you very much for giving us some information on youth court. And it's my understanding that the pilot youth court program will be on the July 1st agenda for board approval, along with all of our other extracurricular activities. So, okay. And Mr. Bulin, you had a question?
Yeah, well, more of a comment. I ran a youth court in Buffalo for many years
Awesome.
out of
Okay.
Bennett, and I just think it's a great idea. And I think it will really help students understand that it's not only adults that can help them, but also their fellow student. And I commend you. I think that's a great idea, and I hope it works and does well. Judge Hanna helped us.
Oh, Craig, yeah.
He helped us run that at Bennett, and
We may be tapping you for some of your expertise.
well, that was my second. I would be more than happy.
Please, thank you
to
very
give
much.
assistance in whatever I can.
Were there any other questions or comments regarding youth court? And are there any other committee of the whole topics this evening? Okay, we will move on. We are going to talk about policy 1320. It relates to the nomination and election of board officers and duties of the president and vice president. Please note that the election of our 2026-2027 board officers will be at the July 1st organizational meeting. Tonight, if anyone is interested in serving as a board officer, you will have up to 3 minutes to present a statement. I'm wondering if anyone is interested in serving as president for the 2026-2027 year. Ms. Poulin, would you like to provide a statement?
I will provide a statement. I am putting forth my name for consideration as board president as a matter of service. All of us are called to service in the board, and I have truly loved my position here and being able to be of service to the community. The board president role I see as service to continues that service to the community, and in a deeper way commits that service to the board members as well, to be a representative of the opinions and the will of the board as a total group, and as a person who can address some of the concerns. I also offer the gift of my time. I have probably a more flexible schedule than many on the board, and am more than happy to give that time to the work of the board.
Awesome.
So that is my statement at this point, and would welcome any conversation that anyone might have.
Mr. Manna.
Just thank you. Just wanted to be clear for the board purposes and for the public's purposes, announcing or not announcing that you're interested in a leadership position, officer position, doesn't exclude you from announcing at the July 1st meeting. So if anybody doesn't announce tonight, they still can put their name in at the reorganization meeting. And consequently, if you do put your name in tonight and decide to withdraw it, you can do that also. I just wanted to make that point.
Absolutely, that is correct. Our preference would be for folks that are interested to announce it tonight, but absolutely, that is correct. Mr. Manna, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to express interest in president this evening? Okay. Is there anyone who would like to express interest in vice president? Mr. Biscaglia, I see you
looking at
pointing. I don't know.
Let ladies go first if she was.
Mr. Biscaglia.
All right. Good evening. Thanks for the opportunity to speak tonight. I would like to express my sincere interest in serving as vice president of the Williamsville Central School District's Board of Education. Over the past 6 years, I've had the honor of serving this district as a board member, making me one of the longest tenured current board members. During that time, I've experienced highs and lows of school governance, from difficult financial challenges to times of strength and growth and stability, to navigating unprecedented times like COVID. Those experiences have strengthened my leadership, deepened my understanding of our district, and prepared me to step into this leadership role. I want to ensure every member of this board that I have the time, commitment, and energy necessary to fully serve as vice president. I will attend every extra meeting that I have to, put in additional work, and dedicate myself to being the best vice president this board can have and deserves. Just like tonight, I'm missing 2 of my boys' soccer games. I'm ready to take on every responsibility that I have to. As an educator, I bring the knowledge of educational law, curriculum, instructional practices, and latest technologies being used in schools. I currently serve as the vice president of my teachers union, which has provided me the valuable leadership experience in educational settings such as contracts, budgets, policies, collaboration with stakeholders, and experience navigating complex issues while advocating for students, staff, and schools. I bring a strong background in communication, graduating from Canisius College with a communication degree, which I believe is critical in helping board function effectively and transparently. What makes my perspective unique is my lifelong connection to Williamsville. I was born and raised in this community. I attended Maple East. I'm sorry, my kids attended Maple West, Mill Middle, and I graduated from Williamsville South. Now, as a parent, I have 3 students currently attending this school district, and I have firsthand knowledge of what these families, students, and staff are experiencing on a daily basis. I'm deeply connected to this community, and those relationships allow me to hear concerns, gather feedback, and have better understanding and perspective of what the people want, deserve, and want represented. I believe those connections matter when making important decisions for our district. Serving as an officer of the board has been a lifelong goal of mine. I care deeply about Williamsville, its students, its family, and its future, and I'm a dedicated educator, a natural leader, and someone who is willing to put the work necessary to help move this district forward. And, if you guys have any questions or any concerns, you can always reach out or ask now.
Thank you, Mr. Biscaglia. Was there anyone else who wanted to express interest in vice president? Okay, we are moving on then. Thank you both, Ms. Poulin and Mr. Biscaglia. We are on item 19, and there are no matters to discuss under legislative matters. We are now on item 20A, which is our second public expression. If anyone in the audience would like to speak at this time, you are welcome to step up to the podium. And no one is stepping up. So this concludes our regular board meeting. Our annual 2026-2027 organizational meeting is Wednesday, July 1st. On behalf of the board, we extend our best wishes to all students as they engage in their end-of-year activities and congratulate our graduating seniors and their families as they prepare to close one chapter and embark on the next. And to our entire Williamsville community, we wish you a safe and enjoyable summer. Is there a motion to adjourn the regular board meeting? Mr. Bullen, Ms. Fletch, all in favor? Motion carried unanimously. Thank you and good night, everyone.